It's another University of Northern Iowa basketball game on WHO Sports Radio. Play-by-play coverage of the 1981-82 collegiate basketball season on WHO is brought to you by Surefine Quality Foods and the over 250 retailers of AGI, the Associated Grocers of Iowa, by American Federal Savings and Loan Association, where you can look to us for more, by the Peaster Stations. Peaster, it's a gas. And by Northwestern Bell, with this helpful reminder that long distance is good business. And now, University of Northern Iowa basketball on WHO Sports Radio.
Good evening, sports fans. Mike Lee, along with Van Coleman from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa, where tonight the Northern Iowa Panthers, 12-12 on the year, try to upset NCAA, anyway, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, as they're called. Van Coleman is alongside with me for the color and statistics on this game, and we'll give you a short preview here after this for Northwestern Bell. You know, in sports, the clock can work for you or against you, make you a winner or a loser. It depends on how you use the clock. And the same is true of long-distance phone calls. Northwestern Bell wants you to know that time can definitely be on your side. For example, did you know that when the clock strikes weekdays that you're immediately ahead of the game? That's really true, because at 5 p.m. on weekdays, long-distance rates for calls you dial direct to anywhere in the continental USA go down by 35%. And that means you can talk longer for less money. So you see, time is working for you. Right now, I know you can think of a friend or a relative you'd like to talk to, and they would love to hear from you. And after 5 tonight would be the ideal time. So put the clock on your side. Call someone tonight after 5. It's about time. Long distance from Northwestern Bell. Our sponsors for Iowa and Northern Iowa basketball on WHO Sports Radio are Northwestern Bell, the Peaster Stations, AGI, and American Federal Savings and Loan. Van Coleman, Mike's side tonight. Jim Berry, the UNI Panther coach, admits that this Western Kentucky team will probably be the third best team his Panthers have had to go up against behind Iowa and Kansas State. Western Kentucky, a very good team, NCAA tournament bound last year. It looks like they could do the same thing this year.
Well, that's very true, Mike. And they've got a very good inside game. Tony Wilson and Craig McCormick are two of the best inside guys in the Ohio Valley. McCormick is a player much like Alan Rayhorn in Northern Illinois, very, very physical inside player, gets the job done very well around the basket. Tony Wilson is one of those great athletes. I think he has about a 40-inch vertical leap, does many, many things. Overall, as a team, Western Kentucky is a good shooting team. They shoot about 50%, but most of that is with the inside game. As we were told a little bit earlier by one of the assistants from Western Kentucky, basically they faced a lot of zones, and I think they'll face another one tonight. You've got to force them to make the things happen from outside and deny them the inside game. But they're a tremendous defensive team. They've allowed other teams only to shoot about 43%, so they're going to give Northern Iowa a real tussle defensively.
I wonder, Van, if Northern Iowa can afford to sag down on McCormick and get by with it. A lot of teams have now sagged down on Ray Stork, the leading scorer for the Panthers. I wonder if the Panthers can return the favor to Western Kentucky.
Well, I think they can, because one of the weaknesses that Western Kentucky has is with their outside shooting. They do not have a great shooter. They have some good shooters, and I think that Northern Iowa is going to have to force them into that type of game, Mike.
We'll be back to get ready for this basketball game between Northern Iowa and Western Kentucky after this for Peaster.
You're on the go, gas getting low. It's good to know there's Peaster, 'cause when you stop, you pump and you go.
In order for you to pay for your gasoline with a check, most gas stations require that you have 73 forms of identification, a note from your banker, and mother tattooed on your left arm. Meet the Peaster solution. At a Peaster station, you simply show your benefit of the doubt card, and the Peaster attendant will cheerfully accept your personal check for any amount up to your full purchase. Stop leaving your children at gas stations as collateral. Come to Peaster today and apply for your free benefit of the doubt card.
Pump, pump, your own. Peaster, it's fast. Pump, pump, your own. Peaster, gas. Pump, pump.
We're back at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, and we're having the starting lineup introduced a little bit later. But first now, the seniors on this UNI basketball club who are getting a standing ovation. Dave Carley, who will be starting in place of Mike Pianowski, which moves Jay Block up to forward, and Doug Fisk from Ankeny, Iowa. He is the other senior on this basketball club. Now let's go ahead and run down the starting lineup. First of all, for the Northern Iowa Panthers, Jay Block is expected to be one starter. Jay Block is from Ankeny, Iowa, as is Doug Fisk. Jay Block is the leading rebounder for the Northern Iowa Panthers. Block, as of the current statistics, is averaging 6 rebounds a game. Dave Carley will also be starting. Dave Carley is averaging 1 rebound. He's also averaging 6 points a game. Another starter, Brent Carmichael, who was hurt back on Tuesday but returned nicely on Thursday. He will be starting. He is averaging right now 11.2 points a game and 4.6 rebounds, which is the second leading rebounding average for the Northern Iowa Panthers. Also starting tonight, averaging 4.8 points, 4 rebounds, along with Ray Stork, with a 12.5 scoring average and 4 rebounds a game. So the starters once again figure to be Herb King, Ray Stork, Brent Carmichael, Dave Carley, and Jay Block. And the Western Kentucky starters, let's go ahead and run those down, Van Coleman, real quickly here.
Look like Tony Wilson, Greg McCormick, Kevin Dildy, Bob Jones, and I think Kenny Ellis.
We have a jump ball, but a violation. There was a foul called to start this game, and it's called against Kenny Ellis. His first, team's first. The basketball game is now underway on the foul, with Brent Carmichael controlling the ball for the University of Northern Iowa Panthers at the head of the circle. Right foul line extended for King. Back outside to Carmichael. Other side, they swing it to Block. Left corner for Herb King. Foul line extended left side, Carley. Far corner, Jay Block. Back out on top, Carmichael pulls up from 15. Hits the front of the rim. The rebound brought down by Wilson. He's a strong player. Gets it ahead on the left side to Dildy. Stops at the foul line extended. Goes right foul line extended for Wilson. Western Kentucky working the ball. No score in our basketball game from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Left foul line extended. It's Wilson to Ellis on the right foul line extended. Top of the key now, Bobby Jones takes Carmichael out of the way, gets the shot and downs it. It is 2-0 in favor of Western Kentucky. 19:11 left to go in the first half. Brent Carmichael bringing the ball up court against Bobby Jones. Goes high post, left side to Herb King. Back out to Carmichael, the other high post to Block. In the far corner for King now. Top side they go to Dave Carley. Carley looks for a pass, has Jay Block on the left corner. Takes one bounce, throws it high on the circle for King. Now they lay it off to Ray Stork, and a turnaround jumper 15 feet away on the right. High post falls, and it is now a 2-2 ball game. 18:43 left to go in half number 1. Here's Bobby Jones working the ball up court. Has it across the line. Carmichael has the steal, and he has the foul called against him as well and helps Bobby Jones to his feet right away.
It's been unusual, Mike. Northern Iowa's come out in a man-to-man, and both teams would zone Western Kentucky, so we'll see if UNI can play a man-to-man. That's pretty tough when you have less talent.
On Carmichael, his first team foul number 1 on the Panthers. Carmichael only 5'9", Bobby Jones just 5'10". Western Kentucky still at the ball. Wilson goes left side to Ellis. Low post, McCormick, a bruiser, gets the 2-pointer over Ray Stork on the low post. It is now 4-2 in favor of Western Kentucky. We're approaching the 18-minute mark to go in half number 1. Dave Carley now has the ball for the UNI Panthers. Left back court to Jay Block. Jay Block hooks it inside for Ray Stork, and McCormick scratches Ray Stork as Ray Stork was starting his pivot to the left side. They have apparently called the foul on Jones instead of McCormick. It was McCormick that I saw climbing up over the back of Stork. Alley-oop pass. Herb King stuffed it in on the feet of Brent Carmichael at the top of the key, and it's down 4-4. 17:54 remaining in half number 1. Bobby Jones for Western Kentucky, a team that has clinched at least a tie for the Ohio Valley Championship. Left corner Ellis, gun good. 6-4. Western Kentucky by 2 points. 17.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Far corner Herb King for the Panthers. Back outside, Carmichael guns and rolled around around the rim, in and out. The rebound, McCormick for Western. Ahead to Jones, and he charges into Dave Carley. No question about that call. Dave Carley up just as quick as a jack in the box. He's okay, and it's still 6-4. Western Kentucky leading by 2 with 17:25 left to go in the first half, Van Coleman.
That could be a very important foul. That's number 2 already on Jones, and he leads their offense. So let's watch that situation here develop.
Left wing, Jay Block for the Panthers. Reverses it for Herb King. Ball batted away momentarily by Wilson, but regained by Carley on the right foul line. Goes top of the key to Block. Medium post near side. Ray Stork turns, and he is fouled on the play by Craig McCormick. Craig McCormick, their big 6'10 center, averaging about 16 points and around 8 rebounds a game. He is the bruiser for these Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, and on McCormick, team foul number 4 on Western Kentucky. Ray Stork showed up very good that time in the individual matchup. Just took the ball, reverse pivoted, and drew the foul from McCormick. Stork has the shot down at the line. It is now a 6-5 basketball game. UNI trailing by 1 point. 17:04 left in our first half. Stork has the second one, and it's a tie basketball game at 6. Now, a full court press by the Northern Iowa Panthers. Dildy gets it down court quickly to Ellis. He lays it home against the glass. That's one way to beat a full court press, Van.
Yes, it is. You and I kind of fell asleep on that. As far as the matchup on the other end, Ray Stork, if Western Kentucky is going to let him have the ball inside, he can really hurt people. As you said, up until the last couple ball games, they've been kind of sagging in on him.
Right foul line extended. Carley starts the drive, lays it low to Stork. He's fouled again. Ray Stork on the low post draws the foul from 4-2. McCormick. Craig McCormick has 2 fouls, and Coach Clem Haskins of Western Kentucky is up. He's concerned. He's saying, let's lay off Ray Stork just a little bit. Take it easy. It's early. According to our statistics, that should be 2 fouls on McCormick. First shot is up and in by Ray Stork. It is now 8-7 in favor of Western. Second shot up, it's also in by Ray Stork. It is now an 8-8 ball game. 16:42 left to go in half number 1.
Evidently one of those fouls they gave to Wilson.
Very well. Then McCormick only has 1, but Ray Stork in the early stages outplaying Craig McCormick. Top of the key, Dildy with the ball. Right wing to McCormick, looking for a pass inside. Reverses it for Ellis. 10-foot shot from the wing, no good. Rebound, Carmichael on the run. Works his way up the right sideline, now stops. Throws it on that same wing to Carley. Underneath for Jay Block. He missed the bunny layup. Rebound, Herb King in the lane. Ball bounces around on the paint.
And that could be a big one.
In action, and
that looks like it's on Bobby Jones, and that'd be number 3. No, they gave it to McCormick.
Now McCormick has 2. It is 16 fouls for Western Kentucky, and we have not played 4 minutes of this basketball game. UNI just has 1 team foul. 8-8 is the score. Ray Stork, low post, aims it up and in, but he traveled with the basketball. Went up between Dildy and McCormick for the shot. Looked beautiful on the reverse layup, but he traveled with the ball. 8-8 is our score. Here comes Western Kentucky. They have never been down in this basketball game. They've been tied several times with the Panthers, and now they're looking to go up by 2 with Jones working on the left hash mark. Hits McCormick on the high post. Goes right wing for Wilson. Takes Stork out of the way. The shot is up, and it's blocked away by Ray Stork. However, the foul will be called on Ray Stork of the UNI Panthers. Ray Stork, he has been the scoring force for the Panthers in the last several games. He had 30 points last Saturday against North Carolina Wilmington. He had 10 against Illinois State to lead all scorers along with Pianowski, and he had 17 back on Thursday night. Matter of fact, Stork has led the UNI scoring 7 of the past 8 games. Meanwhile, at the line, Wilson hits the free throw, has another one coming. It is now 9-8. Western Kentucky with 15:53 remaining until halftime. Make your score 8-10. UNI down by a couple of points, and quickly the Panthers break the press. Carley pulls up 15 feet away from the line. No. Rebound, fought for. Wilson has it, intercepted by Carley. Drives the baseline, lays it off to King on the medium post on the near side. Circles around, takes the dribble, puts it up against the glass. No good. Short. Once, twice. Can't get the shot. Carmichael in the way, puts it up and in. How's that for second and third effort?
The little man took it right up to the big people. Was a beautiful play.
We are tied at 10 apiece. Western Kentucky's Wilson swishes it from 18 on the left side of the key. And it is now 12-10. Western leading once again by a couple of points. Working our way down to the 15-minute mark of the first half from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Northern Iowa Panther basketball on WHO. The Panthers going for a winning season in their second year of Division I play. They're 12-12 right now. Left high post, Herb King has the ball. To Carley on the left wing. Top side it goes to Brent Carmichael. They reverse it in the far corner for Herb King. Back out on top to Carley. Left corner, Jay Block. Top of the key, Carmichael. Right, Carmichael from 18 can't get the shot. Let's Carley think about it for a while. He says no thanks and lays it off between the circles to Jay Block. Right sideline, Carley. Back out on top, Carmichael. Around the horn they go with Jay Block on the left corner. Other side, Herb King free from 17. It is no good. Stork tries for the rebound, can't get it. Rebound, Ellis. Ahead to Jones for Western Kentucky on right wing. Holds things up. Back it goes to Ellis, 15 feet away, good. 14-10, Western Kentucky now, 14-12 remaining in half number one. I'm encouraged, though, Van, by the way the Panthers are working the ball around. Those passes are just snap, snap, snap.
Yes, and they're going to have to remain being patient, Mike.
Stork turnaround jumper, 15 feet away on the key is good. Ellis and McCormick shadowed him like a blanket, but he got the shot in the basket. It's 12-14. Panthers down by just a couple. 13:50 left to go in the first half, and we have a foul inside called on Ray Stork as he was trying to cover the weak side.
Well, as I was just going to say, Mike, they've got to be patient because Western Kentucky's made an adjustment, gone to the zone to try to keep the ball out of Ray Stork's hands, and the man-to-man, he was just tearing McCormick up inside.
On Ray Stork, foul number 2. Team foul number 3. Another takeaway for Carmichael. To Carley, to Carmichael. It is a miss. Carley taps it up. No good. What a supreme break the Panthers had on the fast break. They couldn't get anything on it. And Western Kentucky has the ball with Jones at the head of the circle. Drives the lane. Lays it off for McCormick. He jams it down against Ray Stork. And some of the fans want a technical. They think McCormick hung on the rim. Referees say no. It's 12-16. Panthers down by 4. 13 minutes left to go in half number one. Here's Brent Carmichael calling the signals between the circles. Carmichael goes right wing to Carley. Low post far side to Stork. Back outside to Carley. Top of the key. Carmichael. No. Shot hits the back of the rim. Gets his own rebound 15 feet away in the lane. And Bobby Jones was all over Brent Carmichael, trying to ride him like a pogo stick.
That's a real important foul because that's number 3, and that's going to put him on the bench.
And coming into the lineup right now for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers is Kenny Hatcher, a 6'5.5" forward guard, a sophomore from Campbellsville, Kentucky. Hatcher and Gary Carver are the two people who will be coming off the bench. There are a couple of sophomores for Western Kentucky, and since Western's in foul trouble, why Hatcher has come in. Our score is Western Kentucky 16, Northern Iowa 12, 12:58 remaining until intermission. Now this for AGI.
We're gonna win you over, AGI.
Yes, the retailers of AGI are gonna win you over. They're a group of over 250 independent businessmen whose food stores are completely diverse in name, in size, in appearance. But whether a large supermarket or small grocery store, the red and white AGI emblem on the door tells you that here is a local friend and neighbor who has made a personal investment in your community. And that means his livelihood depends completely on customer satisfaction. There's no putting in for a transfer, no moving on to another corporate store. Every day, in every way, your AGI grocer has to treat you right all the time.
We're your independent grocers, AGI. We're gonna win you over, AGI.
Back at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Panthers down by 4. Van Coleman, let's take a look at the scoring.
But right now, Ray Stork leads UNI with 8 points. Herb King has 2 and Brett Carmichael 2. Brett can extend that to 3 or 4 here on the free throw line. For Western Kentucky, McCormick has 4, Wilson has 4, and Ellis has 6.
Carmichael at the line shooting 73%. And of all free throw shooters on the team, that is second best. Ray Stork is tops at 80%. Brent Carmichael averaging right now, as far as the points go, 11.2, and he's not a bad rebounder either at 5'9", averaging 4.5 rebounds. He missed the foul shot. Rebound McCormick, taken away by Carmichael, the 7th leading ball stealer in NCAA Division I right now. Carmichael backs off between the circles. He has 3 steals, I believe, that I can recall anyway. He has a couple of rebounds over bigger people as well, much bigger people, as a matter of fact. High post, Ray Stork left side. They go to Carly on the same wing. Carly takes the shot from 20. It's no good. Bounces off the inside of the rim. The rebound, Dildy for Western Kentucky. Western already leading by 4 points. Could make it 6 right here. Underneath, Hatcher takes Stork out of the way, and a foul on Herb King or Ray Stork. The foul is called on Herb King of Northern Iowa. As a team, that is number 3 on the Panthers, make it number 4, and it is the first foul on Herb King. Ball will be thrown inbounds by Hatcher or Westwarnick on the near corner. They go left side with Dildy to Hatcher in the far corner. Now back outside to Ellis on the right foul line extended, and he makes it. 18-12, and Western Kentucky now up by 6 points as we're approaching the 12-minute mark. The Panthers are patient. They've had some good shots that wouldn't go down for them. Far corner, Carly with the ball. Right foul line extended, Carmichael. Back to Carly on the same wing. Fishing in low post to Ray Stork. Can't get the shot. Tapped out. And it's recovered by Western Kentucky's Dildy. Driving down the lane. Throws it back to McCormick. Intercepted by Brent Carmichael. Carmichael going up the right side. Reverses it for Herb King on the left wing. Back outside to Carmichael. Looks right, goes left with Jay Block, who gets the lane and has the shot, but can't make it. Ball is tapped up in the air on the miss. Ellis has the rebound for Western Kentucky. Gives it now to Dildy for the Hilltoppers. 18-12. Hilltoppers leading by 6 over the Northern Iowa Panthers. Mike Pianowski preparing to check into the game for Northern Iowa. On the left side, Ellis taking a chance and getting it. 20 feet away. It is now 20-12 in favor of Western Kentucky. 11:14 left to go until intermission. Panthers have been silent since the 13:50 mark. On the right side, Dave Carly with the ball. Right foul line extended. It goes to Carmichael. Back to Carly on the same wing. Carmichael goes left foul line extended for Herb King around the perimeter. The Panthers working it, looking inside for a good shot. Carly has Stork underneath. Saves the ball from going out of bounds. Back to Carly. His shot from 20. Good! And the Panthers awaken from their slumber with 10:44 remaining in half number 1. They're down by 6. Score is Western Kentucky 20 and Northern Iowa 14. Dildy working the ball in the right backcourt against Brent Carmichael. Top of the key, they go to McCormick. McCormick fakes the shot, has Dildy right wing. The shot bounces off the back of the rim. The rebound, Herb King of the Panthers. Goes ahead across the timeline, left side to Carmichael. Gives it to Carly, his backcourt teammate. Corner shot, no good. Ball falls out of bounds, belongs to Western Kentucky.
UNI has got to remain patient. That was not a good percentage shot that Dave Carly took. They basically have come down and work it. They're in this ball game, and as long as they remain patient, they're going to get back in the game.
Panthers down by 6 points right now. The last time we had a tie was at 15-24 when it was 10 apiece. But since then, it is to say in the past approximately 5 minutes, the Hilltoppers have outscored the Panthers 10-4. Dildy, right foul line extended. Right corner, it goes for Wilson. Good! 20 feet away, Wilson downs it and makes it 22-14. An 8-point lead for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers from Bowling Green, Kentucky. 9:56 left to go until the end of the first half. Left side of the circle, Carly goes right wing to Mike Pianowski, who's now come into the game, and he feeds Ray Stork down low. Ray Stork makes it pay off. 16-22, Panthers down by 6 points. 9:39 left to go until the end of the first half. Stork already has 10 points. Right backcourt, Dildy. Goes on the right wing to Hatcher, holding the ball above his head. Top of the key, Wilson. Left side, they go for Dildy. Dildy looking inside, has Hatcher 14 feet away the lane. The shot bounces against the heel of the rim. Whistle blows immediately, and a foul will be called against Western Kentucky's Gary Carver. Carver going on top of Jay Block, apparently, Van.
Yes, and you know, UNI just made a very smart adjustment. When they were in the 1-3-1 zone, Western Kentucky was rotating to the corners and getting the easy jump shot. They went back to the man-to-man, and the pressure was there on the shot, and I think they're going to have to stay with the man-to-man here for a while.
Jay Block at the line right now, shooting 60% coming into this basketball game, has no points so far, averaging 7.4 from the field and 6 rebounds. He's the leading rebounder for the Panthers. First shot is up and good. Nails it. 22-17. Panthers down by 5 points. 9:20 is the time left in the first half. At the half, we'll be talking to Sandy Williamson an associate athletic director at UNI, about the AIAW National Track Meet coming up. Second shot by Block is good. 22-18. Panthers down by just 4 points. Here comes Western Kentucky against full court pressure. Now it's just Carly against Dildy, and Dildy crosses the line on the right side. As the ball goes top of the key to Carver. Left foul line extended Wilson. Ball is deflected outside by Ray Stork, and it is called as an over and back now against the basketball.
A little bit of a break there, Mike. I think Brett Carmichael knocked that ball out. You know, he is all over the court. Amazing hand.
As of the latest Sporting News statistics that I was able to see, Carmichael was among the top 10 in steals for NCAA Division I players. Panthers with the ball, down by 4. Left corner, J-Block. No. The shot bounced off the side. The rebound comes down to Western Kentucky. Dildy. Dildy calling the play. Dildy acting more or less as a point guard. He's 6 feet 3 inches tall, 190 pounds. Left foul line extended for Wilson. Top of the key, it's Carver. Carver takes the shot from 17, hits the front of the rim. The rebound, Ellis, no. Rebound, Pianowski for UNI. Here come the Panthers. Chance to cut the lead to 2. Carmichael might take it all the way. Pulls up for the shot. No, goes right wing to Dave Carly. Carly now slows things up. Says, let's rotate into our regular offense. Goes right corner for Mike Pianowski. Back outside to Carmichael. Left corner for Carly. Back on top to Carmichael. He guns, but he won't get. The rebound, Dildy for Western Kentucky. Dildy walking things up the court. Our score is 22-18. Western Kentucky leading by 4. We've just crossed the 8-minute barrier. Dildy backs in on Carly and finds Wilson right underneath the basket for the jam. It's 24-18. Western Kentucky by 4 points. 7:46 until halftime. I would have to say that overall, Van, the Panthers are playing a really good game except on the inside. They've allowed 2 shots on the inside for Stuck.
Well, there's some people getting lost in the man-to-man. They're using back cuts here on the outside wings, and UNI has got to do a little more talking in there and let each other know what they're doing.
On left wing, Carly took the ball, and Wilson climbed over his back. On Wilson, that is foul number 2, and the Panthers are in the bonus. So if they can't get the shots from the floor, maybe they can stop the clock here in the second half and get the shots from the line. At the line for the Panthers, Dave Carly shooting 76%. So he's a pretty good bet on paper anyway. Let's see what he can do right here. His Panthers down by 6. He has the 1-and-1. Concentrates, bounces the ball a few times, dips, flips, no. Rebound comes out to Carly, gets it at the top of the key. Panthers are alive once again. Lays it to Carmichael between the circles. Carmichael to Carly, left wing. It goes to J-Block. Foul line extended left side. Carmichael has Block on the left corner. Back outside to Pianowski, who takes the ball. Cross-court pass for Dave Carly. Right foul line. It goes for Carmichael. Top of the key. Block. Left hash mark. Carly. Left corner. Block. Inside Stork lays it up. He was hacked on the play, I believe. No foul. McCormick would have been the one guilty of the foul, I think, Van, but no whistle.
Yeah, the officials inside didn't feel that he got enough body, but I think he had Ray Stork's body pretty hard there.
Lonnie Meade has come into the basketball game. Dave Carly sits down. I think Jim Barry just wants to give Dave Carly a breather. Not that he's playing badly, but it's time for a rest. Mike Pianowski guns and gets from the left corner, 16 feet away. The one-handed push shot of Mike Pianowski has drawn the Panthers to within 4 points. 6:49 left to go until the end of the first half. Western Kentucky with the ball. Carver. In the circle it goes for Hatcher, and a whistle blows, and we have a foul called against the Panthers. Foul is assessed against UNI's Brent Carmichael, the Panther point guard. And on Brent, that'll be foul number 2. As a team, the Panthers have been guilty of 5 personal. Stepping to the line right now will be Hatcher for Western Kentucky. He'll have a couple of shots right here coming up. Shooting better than 60%. First shot is up, and it is no good. Every time I cite statistics on the foul shots for either team, seems like I'm getting in trouble, man.
Seems like they miss every time you do that, Mike. You just keep talking to Western Kentucky and let UNI take care of themselves.
Seriously, though, this will probably be the toughest of the 3 remaining games that UNI has. Hatcher gets the second, makes it now 25-20. Tuesday night at Notre Dame. Next Thursday night on the road at Western Illinois. Panthers with the basketball. Dwayne Chicken Jackson almost tied up on the left hash marker in his own zone. They get it ahead on right wing. Wing to Mike Pianowski. Between the circles, they go for Carmichael. We're at the 6:30 mark to go in the first half. Carmichael still with the ball. Head of the circle, Jackson. Right foul line extended. Carmichael. Deep point. Head of the circle, Meade. Left side, Brent Carmichael on the sideline. Head of the circle, Jackson. Right next to him, Pianowski. Other side, Meade. Back on top of Jackson. Now Meade once again. They're playing catch on the right side. Go left side with Pianowski. Deep corner on the near side is Jackson. 6:06 left to go in the first half. Panthers down by 5 points. Right sideline, Stewart takes it and puts it up and down on a feed for Pianowski.
UNI
has 12 points.
UNI is really being patient, working that perimeter, and it paid off for him there. 2 points.
That's the second time Pianowski has been able to feed Stork on the low post on the far side. Hatcher has the ball, top of the key, gets it to McCormick, right wing. He shoots, it's no good. The rebound, Jackson. Cross-court pass on the rebound to Carmichael. Drives his way down the far side. Hits Meade in the far corner. Underneath, Pianowski is hacked on the play. He'll get a couple of shots. I believe McCormick was in on that foul, as well as maybe a couple of other Western Kentucky players. The foul will be called against Hatcher, however, although there were 2 or 3 Western Kentucky Hilltoppers in there. Western Kentucky calls a timeout. They're leading by 3, 25-22, 5:31 left to go in the first half. Now this for American Federal.
Now, practically everybody's eligible to open an individual retirement account. And there's no better place to open your IRA than American Federal. Not only will you keep more at tax time, but consider this. There's no commission or annual management fee. You can also qualify for free 5.25% checking. Plus, you'll start receiving Dollar Cents magazine absolutely free. And best of all, you'll be dealing with the people who've handled more IRAs than any other savings and loan or bank in Iowa. There must be a reason. American Federal.
This is WHO Des Moines.
Des Moines, you're listening to Northern Iowa Panther basketball on Radio 1040. The Panthers are trailing by 3 points, and let's check on the scoring for both sides. Van Coleman.
Right now, UNI is led by Ray Stork with 12 points. Everybody else seems to have 2. Mike Pianowski, Herb King, Jay Block, Brett Carmichael, and Dave Carley all have 2 points. For Western Kentucky, they're led by their designated shooter, Kenny Ellis, with 10. Tony Wilson has 8, Greg McCormick 4, and Kenny Hatcher 1.
Talk a little bit about what you're seeing out there, Van, as Ray Stork, the tallest player for Northern Iowa and their leading scorer, takes on Craig McCormick, which is Western Kentucky's leading scorer and tallest player.
Well, right now, Ray Stork is outplaying the All-Ohio Valley first-teamer Greg McCormick. He's getting inside, and he basically can do what he wants at will once that ball's inside. McCormick just doesn't seem to be able to handle him physically. Rebounding-wise, it's been pretty much a standoff. I think Ray Stork's winning the battle right now.
At the line, Mike Pianowski. Will just say that he's hitting better than 1 of 2 of his shots from the line. We'll see if the jinx has ended. Mike Pianowski didn't really have a good game against Eastern Illinois. That is the reason why he did not start tonight. But in relief, he's doing quite well as he hits the first free throw, and he's set up Ray Stork on the low post a couple of times.
Well, you're lucky you hit that one, Mike. I was going to take your statistics away from you.
Missed the second one. Your fault, Coleman. Rebound comes down to Hatcher. We have 5:27 left to go until halftime, and the Panthers have really dug themselves out of a hole. They were down by 8 points. Carmichael takes the ball ahead to Meade. He lays it up, and a whistle. Traveled with the ball. Carmichael, his 4th or 5th steal of the night. As I was going to say, the Panthers were down by a score of 20-12 with about 11:15 to go in the first half. 6 minutes later, they're down by just a couple. Right now, Peter working the ball for Western Kentucky's Hilltoppers, who lead by 2. To Hatcher, driving down the lane. 14-foot pull-up is no good, but a whistle blows to stop play. I imagine a foul will be called here against UNI. It is. It is against Herb King of the Northern Iowa Panthers. On King, that'll be foul number 2, team foul number 6 on the Panthers.
I think Brett Carmichael just got his 5th steal on that last play. Unfortunately, didn't get to UNI anything on the other end. Somehow the ball got behind Lonnie Meade's back instead of in front of him.
Hatcher drills the first one from the line. It is now 26-23. Time remaining in the first half from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, 5:03. The referee is still indicating, one of them anyway, that he still has 2 shots. I don't understand. Second shot is good. Well, he doesn't have any more coming up, I know that. Play is back in with the Panthers having the ball. And it's kicked out of bounds by Hatcher. Meade trying a cross-court pass, and Hatcher kicked it out of bounds. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Lonnie Mead pitches it to Brent Carmichael. Carmichael dribbling his ball with the right hand and goes left wing to Mike Pianowski. Top of the key, Mead. Right wing, Carmichael. Mead, outside Pianowski. Left corner, Dwayne Chicken Jackson. Inside to Stork, or I should say, back on the play. King now taking up in relief of Ray Stork, who's getting a breather. And Herb King powered his way up there just like Ray Stork has so far this ball game.
Well, it's amazing me that Western Kentucky can't keep that ball out of the middle. It seems like UNI can do what they want once they get it inside.
The foul is called against Gary Carver of Western Kentucky, his second. And the Panthers are in the bonus, have been for quite some time in this first half. King drains the first one, makes it now a 27-24 basketball game. Panthers trailing by 3 points. Second shot up, it is no good. The rebound, one-handed by Wilson. He'll take the ball up the court, crosses the line, throws right wing to Carver, inside McCormick, forced the shot up, got it to go down anyway, and the Western Kentucky partisans behind us go nuts. It is 29-24, 4:27 remaining until halftime. Northern Iowa with the basketball, trying to get things going now against what appears to be a 2-1-2 or a 2-3 zone by the Hilltoppers. 20 feet away, Meade gives it up to King, who takes a 15-foot shot on the right side of the key. The rebound fought for, and it was Carver and Meade going at it quite furiously. Both kids are up, and we won't have any extracurricular activity. Not this time, anyway. Meade will inbound the basketball. The ball went out of bounds, and on the jump, the alternate possessions rule has given it to UNI. So the Panthers take it. They're down by 5 points. 4 minutes to go until halftime. Left backcourt, Carmichael has the ball, and now Clem Haskins, the Western Kentucky coach, is up, and play has been stopped. You know, I said the ball went out of bounds, Van, and I really think it did. And the indication was that it would be a jump ball. So I don't know if that's what it's all about, or whether Clem is thinking that perhaps the foul should have been called against the UNI player.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think he was questioning the possession rule. I think he felt the ball should have been Western Kentucky's and that they had the alternate possession incorrect.
Clem Haskins is rather frustrated, and the officials are trying to explain best as they can just what's going on here.
Unusual situation. Don't see that happen too
I wouldn't
often.
even hazard to guess what's going on. Let's suffice it to say that the Panthers still have the basketball as Brent Carmichael inbounds it for Lonnie Meade. And then back it goes to Carmichael. Head of the circle, Carmichael. Lob pass to Lonnie Meade. A stuff shot brings the crowd to its feet. 29-26. Western Kentucky's lead down to 3 points. It has been cut to 2 previously. That's the closest that UNI has come. Top of the key, McCormick left side, dishes it off for Brian Teeter, and Teeter draws the foul from the Northern Iowa Panther.
That's a very important foul. That was on Brett Carmichael. That's number 3, Mike, and that hurt. They say only number 2. I guess I'll go with them.
Checking the fouls right now, only one person that we see in foul trouble, and that would be Bobby Jones of Western Kentucky. Stork has 2 for UNI, as does Herb King and Brent Carmichael. Now it's 3. The indication is 3, so we were right. We were right, as Peter misses the first foul shot. Our score remains Western Kentucky 29, UNI 26. 3:36 left to go until the end of the first half. Teeter has one more. Eyes it, flies it, it's good. 30-26. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers leading by 4 points. The Panthers have never led in this basketball game. They've been tied at 2, at 4, at 10, and that's as close as they've come since the 15-24 mark. They have the ball. Right sideline Meade, low post on the far side. King double team, loses the ball out of bounds, but it was tapped out last, the officials rule, by Western Kentucky's Kenny Hatcher. Meade will key the inbound pass on the left side of the basket. Has his man, Harley, right side to Meade, lays it off, and Meade tries. No good, but Pianowski rushes down the way for the rebound tip in. Panthers to within 2 points. 3:20 into the first half. Nobody in the lane covering for Western Kentucky. Pianowski gets by with a hanging foul against Wilson, but Wilson drives the lane and gets it to go down.
Western Kentucky has taken a real chance. They brought Bobby Jones back in here with 3 fouls here at the end of the first half. He picked up number 4. It could mean a lot in his second half.
Panthers with the ball. 2:40 left to go until halftime. Carley from 20. Yes! And the Panthers within 2 again. Panthers giving it all they've got here in their home finale of the 1981-82 season. Jones drives. King cleans the board. Not once but twice. Rebound Carley. On right wing to Meade. Low post. Jackson. Turnaround jumper. No, but Meade puts it in. Try the ball game. 2:15 left to go until the half. And the Northern Iowa Panthers has about 3,500 strong opponents. Western Kentucky is saved, and McCormick quiets the crowd down as I think he'll be stepping to the line. Somebody of Northern Iowa guilty of a foul. Meade cleaned the boards not once but twice on that last series down the court. Wilson drove the lane. King tapped it away. The rebound came out for another Western Kentucky player, Kenny Hatcher. He knocked it away. Carley grabbed the rebound, and the Northern Iowa Panthers were on their way down the floor.
Well, that's going to happen many times, Mike. UNI, I think, now believes they can win this ball game. They know they're in it, and they're going to be in it all the way.
But Herb King, the man who did all that work, has now picked up his third foul. Shot is no good from the line. Rebound Pianowski. Goes left side to Dave Carley. Pulls up for 15. Good! At 1:49 remaining in half number 1. But the Panthers are in foul trouble. Herb King, who's been doing just a great job on the boards, has 3 fouls. Ellis guns from the right wing and gets it. Bounced against the glass a couple of times and fell in. 34 all. 1:30 left to go until the end of the first half. And now the chant goes up. The claps go up. And the Panthers have the ball, looking for their second lead of the game. Meade takes the baseline, now backs off. Looks inside for Jackson. Back outside to Meade. He gets it! Lonnie Meade, wowee, 36-34. 1:07 left to go until the end of the first half. And Lonnie Meade right now, according to our figures, has 4 points. In spectacular fashion, I might add. Ellis counters for Western Kentucky on the right wing, making it 36-36. 55 seconds remaining in half number 1. Oh my, what a half. I can't begin to describe it. Now, Western Kentucky goes back into its zone. A 2-3 or a 2-1-2. Meade from the outside says, I'm not intimidated. This is a shot. Pianowski up for the rebound. The foul called on Pianowski of Northern Iowa. Well, we have a little bit of quiet here, Van.
Well, I'll tell you, the crowd is just like we are. They're kind of drained by this exciting first half. This has been an excellent half of basketball. UNI's inside game against Western Kentucky's outside game.
On Pianowski, who's first. Let's get caught up as we can now, Van, on the scoring situation.
Well, right now for Western Kentucky, Kenny Ellis leads with 14, and he's just been draining it from outside. Tony Wilson, who's at the line, has 10. Craig McCormick, the big center, only has 6. Kenny Hatcher, 2, and Carver, 1, and Jones, 2. For
Kentucky, they're down by 1 point, and UNI has more than held its own in the initial 20 minutes. Let's see what they can do here. The lineup for the Northern Iowa Panthers to start the second half will be Ray Stork, Mike Pianowski, Jay Block, Dave Carley, and Brent Carmichael. Here we go. Ball is inbounded. Western Kentucky has it. Bobby Jones going up against Brent Carmichael. Throws it left wing to Dilby. Dilby in the circle, stops, looks for a pass inside, has McCormick, and McCormick gets the overmatch and lays it up over Dave Carley, one of the point guards. And our score is now Western Kentucky 40 and UNI 39. 19:36 left to go in the basketball game. Northern Iowa with the basketball. Ray Stork on the low post, turnaround jumper won't fall. Wilson one-hands the rebound, gets it ahead to Jones on the right side. Jones might take it all the way. Drives into the corner, flips it back out for Wilson, who leaves it off for Ellis. His 20-foot shot no good, tapped up. No good. Rebound. Dildy. Whistle blows. And we have an out-of-bounds violation. The ball belonging to UNI.
Well, that was one of Ellis's shot, and he was wide open. Let's see if UNI can take advantage of that.
Left foul line extended. Pianowski between the circles. Carmichael has the shot, leaves it low for Pianowski, puts it up, and it hits the side of the rim from 6. Pianowski gets the rebound, throws it out to Stork, and he drills it from 10 in the lane. Panthers lead by 1 once again, 41-40. 18:50 left to go in regulation. This could be a really tight one. Western Kentucky, they have not played for a week. This game was rescheduled from December in order that Western Kentucky would not have a 2-week layoff between the end of the regular season and the start of the Ohio Valley Conference playoffs. With the ball right now, turning, jumping, and shooting, Kenny Ellis drills it from 15. And now Western Kentucky has leaped out on top, 42-41. Back and forth we go. 18:23 remaining in the basketball game from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Northern Iowa with the basketball. Left hash mark Carmichael in the lane to block. Dipsy Doodle shot against the glass from 10, no. The rebound comes down to Western Kentucky's Dildy ahead to Jones in the circle, pulls up for 15, got it. 44-41, Western now by 3 points. And Western doing a good job on the transition game early here, Van, to take a 3-point lead.
Well, it's very true, and the one thing that you talked about just before the half, Mike, that maybe Brett Carmichael might play a little more tentatively on defense was evident there because he backed off of Bobby Jones and let him have that shot.
Right sideline, Pianowski, back it goes to Carly, drives the lane, leaves it off to Stork, and he drowns it home. Ray Stork brings the Panthers to within 1 point, and Stork unofficially has 16 points to lead all scorers. Inside McCormick, and the ball is denied by Ray Stork. It goes out of bounds, belongs to Western Kentucky. We have 17:32 left to go in the basketball game. Inbounding the ball will be Dildy. Gets it back at the head of the circle for Jones. Right side, Ellis is stuffed by Pianowski. Saves the ball. Maybe. No, it goes out of bounds, belongs to Western Kentucky. Mike Pianowski, great stuff.
It was impressive. He really got up on that one and put it right back in his face. UNI is playing really hard on defense right now.
Well, as soon as you say that, they get the mismatch. McCormick 6'10" against Carmichael 5'9". You know, Van, they've been doing that all night long. They've been able to switch players from the weak side to the strong side, and somewhere inside, UNI players get lost. More on that a little bit later. The Panthers with the basketball. Dave Carley with it. Goes inside the block. Pass is picked off by Dildy, down to Jones, and he can't race down in time to save it. Carmichael takes over for UNI. Across the line, goes right wing for block. Top of the key, Stork shoots and gets it down. Our score is now 45 for the Panthers and 46 for Western Kentucky. 16:51 left to go in the basketball game. Panthers down by just 1 point. They have had leads a couple of times of 2 points, and that was back in the first half. Left wing with the ball is Ellis. Top of the key, McCormick. Around the horn they go. Dildy inside to Wilson. Lays it up. No good. He was fouled, however, by either Pianowski or Ray Stork. Danny Traeger doing a little twirling dance on the sidelines. He can't believe the call, but the foul is called nonetheless against Ray Stork, his third foul, and that would hurt, because Ray has 18 points, and he might have to start playing more tentatively on the inside. At the line, Wilson has a couple for Western Kentucky. His team up by 1, up by 2.
Well, as you were talking about earlier, UNI's players getting lost on the inside. They're running a crisscross on the backside. They're using their postman and UNI's postman to block off players, and that's why they're getting some of those mismatches on that back line.
Wilson gets both foul shots, and it is now 48-45. 16.5 minutes left to go in the basketball game. Carley dropped pass for block in his own zone. Across the line, Stork to block on the right wing, and block traveled with the ball. He was taking the ball on the run, shuffled his feet. The ball goes over to the Hilltoppers from Bowling Green, Kentucky. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. They aren't really probably as good as the team of about 10 or so years ago with Jim McDaniels, but they did make the NCAA tournament last year, and they will probably go again this year. Jones from 18, yeah. Jack knifes it through from about 18 on the left side of the key. Makes it now 50-45 in favor of Western Kentucky. 16 minutes left to go in the basketball game. The largest lead that they've had, 2-minute mark of the first half. Northern Iowa with the basketball. Carley takes the left baseline and draws the foul from Ellis of Western Kentucky.
Foul number 25 on Western Kentucky.
The foul on Ellis will be his first, team foul number 1 on Western Kentucky, and Northern Iowa has 1 team foul as well. Play back in. Pianowski with the ball for Northern Iowa on the left side of the circle. Hands it off for Carmichael. Now he's between the circles and calls the play. Right next to him, it's Carley. Now the other side to block. The Panthers working it around the perimeter, looking for something to open up. Pianowski from 15, top of the key. The rebound block won't fall. Whistle blows, and another foul inside.
UNI has just got to remain patient. Go back to the game that got him there in the first half, and work the perimeter and get the ball inside when it's available.
Dave Carley sitting down once again. The second time he's taken a break, not because he's playing badly, but because he needs to get some breaks occasionally. He can't go a full 40 minutes. Not many players can, so he's down on the bench. In his place, Lonnie Mead, who, as Van Coleman noted earlier, ignited the Panthers to their tie and eventual lead in the first half. At the line, Jay Block, with the clock stopped at 15:36, draws the Panthers to within 4 at 50-46. Has one more shot coming up. Concentrates on it, crouches, lets it fly, the good spin, the good shot. 50-47. Panthers down just by 3 points now. Full court press broken by Dildy down to Ellis, and Ellis had Carmichael beat in the way, but he couldn't get down to receive the ball in time. The pass was too far ahead of him.
You know, Brett Carmichael tipped that ball. He created that again, Mike. Tremendously quick hands. He's got to play on the defense all the time hard, I think, for UNI to win.
I was telling Western Kentucky coach Clem Haskins that short turnaround jumper good from 15 on the right side of the key. Oh, Ray is unstoppable. 20 points. Panthers down by 1. 15-11 left to go in the game. Turnaround jumper McCormick counters 5 feet away, makes it 52-49. 15 minutes to go. As we were saying about Carmichael, I told Western Kentucky coach Clem Haskins that Carmichael was one of the best point guards in the country. I have not seen anybody really take the ball away from Carmichael on a full court press, and Carmichael is one of the leading ball stealers in the country. Play back now, and ball is lost out of bounds by the Northern Iowa Panthers on good defensive pressure, and Western Kentucky takes the basketball with Kenny Ellis walking it up across the center circle against Carmichael, the defensive specialist. White foul line extended for Dildy. Dildy circles back around, head of the circle, has a pick for Ellis, takes the shot over the pick, good. Western Kentucky's lead back up to 5, 54-49, 14:33 left to go in regulation. Panthers' Lonnie Mead has the ball in the right backcourt, shifting his way in. Leaves it off on the left high post for Ray Stark. Bounces it on the other high post for Jay Block. His shot no good. Tapped up by Pianowski. Won't go. Here comes a fast break for Dildy of Western Kentucky, and he jams it home, making it 56-49.
Timeout. That's a very smart timeout. They really realized you right there. There was nobody that broke for UNI. There was 2 guys down for Western Kentucky on that. They've got to fall back on defense.
Timeout for Northern Iowa. Our score is Western Kentucky 56, Northern Iowa 49. Now this for American Federal.
Now, practically everybody's eligible to open an individual retirement account. And there's no better place to open your IRA than American Federal. Not only will you keep more at tax time, but consider this. There's no commission or annual management fee. You can also qualify for free 5.25% checking. Plus, you'll start receiving Dollar Cents magazine absolutely free. And best of all, you'll be dealing with the people who've handled more IRAs than any other savings and loan or bank in Iowa. There must be a reason. American Federal.
We're back at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Our score right now is Western Kentucky 56, the Northern Iowa Panthers 49. The Panthers' last lead was actually at the 1850 mark, and since then, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers have taken leads of 1 point, built it up to 3, got it up to 5 at the 1604 mark. Northern Iowa had it down to 1 point just about a minute later, but in the space now of approximately 1 minute, the Hilltoppers have the buckets, and the Panthers are just getting beat on the transition game, Van.
Well, that's right, and I think that's why Coach Berry called the timeout right away. Get the players back in the ballgame, get their heads back into their defense. No reason to get shook up right now. They're only 7 points down. Keep playing their game, keep going at them. Western Kentucky doesn't by any means have a hold on this ballgame at this point.
Panthers trying to claw back. They've been down by 8 and took a 1-point lead into the locker room after 20 minutes. Now they're down by 7 with 14 minutes to go against Western Kentucky, a probable participant in the NCAA postseason playoff. High post right side. Pianowski finds Carmichael underneath. Can't get the shot to go. Carmichael fighting for his own rebound. Ball's on the floor. Ellis and Block fighting for it. And it will be an alternating possessions rule, with this time the Western Kentucky team giving it up. The primary indication was that Western Kentucky would have the ball, but now the officials reverse themselves and give the ball to Northern Iowa.
Western Kentucky had the ball to start the half, so I think that's correct.
Lonnie Mead will inbound the ball from the right side of the basket. Western Kentucky in a man-to-man on this inbound play. Let's see what happens here with the Panthers. Left wing for Carmichael, back outside to Pianowski. Left corner for Mead. Mead dribbling around, throws it between the circles for Brent Carmichael, calls play number 2. 13:40 left to go in the game. Panthers down by 7. Right wing, Pianowski, top of the key. Carmichael, right next to him, Mead. Other side, they go to Pianowski. A shifting man-to-man for Western Kentucky, occasionally floating into a zone. Finally, Mead gives up, shoots from 20 feet away, no good, but a foul called on the inside. The foul will be called on Western Kentucky's Kevin Dildy. On Dildy, it is his first, team foul number 3 on the Hilltoppers, only 1 on the Panthers. And once again, the Hilltoppers go into that floating 2-3 zone with some matchups individually underneath. For example, Wilson on Stork. Right wing, Mead with the basketball. Wilson almost ties him up, looking for a pass to Stork, and it goes out of bounds, and Stork could not cut down in time.
Lonnie Mead got a little hurried there, a little bit of pressure on him, and he threw the ball out of bounds. Ray Stork wasn't where he thought he was.
And give credit to Wilson for playing actually 2 UNI Panthers at once. He was on Stork on the low post, and as soon as Ray Stork could not cut down, he took Mead. And on the right corner, Gunning, Ellis gets it from about 16 feet. It is now 58-49. Hilltoppers' largest lead, 9 points. 12:51 left to go in our basketball game from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Left high post, Ray Stork. No good. The rebound brought down by Dildy of Western Kentucky. Quickly down the court, Dildy comes, leaves it off left-hand side for Wilson. His shot, high off the rim. Rebound, Jay Block of Northern Iowa. Ahead quickly to Carmichael. Almost executes a reverse pivot on left wing and leaves it off on the left baseline for Lonnie Mead. Once Jay Block to situate himself on the low post, Block revolves outside, and the ball is taken away. Another mistake by Mead. Ellis has the ball, and traveling called on Ellis. I think it's time for Mead to come out.
Yeah, I think that Coach Berry's got to put Dave Carley back in there, and I guess he's doing that right now, so that'll make a big difference. He's taking Brent Carmichael out of the game. Maybe because he hasn't been playing hard on the defense. He needs him in there doing the things that he's got to do, and right now he hasn't been attacking.
So the lineup for the Panthers, Mead, Carley with the basketball right now. The front line is Jay Block, Ray Stork, Mike Pianowski. Stork with the ball on the left high post, 15 feet away, goes other high post to Jay Block. Revolving the ball around his body, leaves it off for Pianowski, 15 feet away in the lane, no good. Rebound, Mead puts it up, and it's no good again. Ball goes out of bounds, belongs to the Hilltoppers. 12 minutes to go in the basketball game. Northern Iowa still down by 9. Here comes Bobby Jones for Western Kentucky. Calls play number 1, and the Panthers in a man-to-man. Between the circles, it is Jones being guarded by Carley. High post, McCormick looking for somebody to break down. Can't find anybody. Reverse pivot, throws it back outside to Ellis. Far corner, Dildy. Inside they go with Garver. Back outside, Ellis shooting from 18 feet away. No good. Shot hits the front of the rim. Rebound brought down by Ray Stork. Releases on the right side to Dave Carley, and he's scattered into the forecourt against the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Starts his drive toward the circle. Throws it off now on the foul line, extended right side for Block. High post left, the other high post on the near side, Pianowski. Left high post, Mead, guns, and gets.
Well, one of the things that Western Kentucky's been doing here in the second half is they're in a man-to-man, but they're staying the outside man that's guarding Pianowski in on to Ray Stork, trying to deny the ball to him.
Bobby Jones on the left hash mark for Western. His team up right now by 7 points. Nice defensive play. Jay Block cutting over on the weak side to Dr. Ellis. The ball belongs to Western, but the Panthers are playing a little bit more aggressively on the inside. Jay Block takes a breather. In his place right now is Herb King. Ball is inbounded. Western Kentucky with the ball. Jones has it, controlling it on the left wing. Floats a pass inside from McCormick. Turnaround, tries to hit Wilson. And his shot no good, right underneath the basket. Looks like a bunny for Western, and it's a break for UNI. Meade driving down the court, turns it over.
UNI has got to play more under control, Mike. They're not out of this ball game, and they're playing like they're 2 minutes left rather than 10.
We have 10:38 remaining. Panthers down by 7. No reason to panic yet. The Panthers have shown they can play with the Hilltoppers. No question about it. Left side, it's Ellis. Head of the circle, McCormick. Right foul line extended. It is Wilson trying the shot. McCormick putting up the miss. Right up and in against the glass. It is now 60-51. And it's a 9-point lead for Western Kentucky. 10:14 left to go in the basketball game. Panthers down by 9. High post, Ray Stork pivots forward, hits Herb King in the circle. Right side, Pianowski uses the pick from Stork to drive the baseline, lay it up and in. Panthers trailing by 7 points. For Pianowski, 7 points. And Western Kentucky counters on the other end. It is now 62-53. Another 9-point lead for Western Kentucky, approaching the 9.5-minute mark to go in the basketball game. Dave Carley goes right side to Lonnie Meade, back out on top to Carley. Left foul line extended for Pianowski. Head of the circle, Carley, good! Will the basket count? That's the big question. Yes! Now there's a foul on the inside. Dave Carley has the basket, that's for certain. 62-55, and for Carley, 8 points tonight. 9:28 remaining in the game.
That could be a real important play, Mike, because now UNI has the ball back. They can make that a 4-point play. Could get them right back into the ball game here.
The foul is called on Western Kentucky Kenny Hatcher. And Ray Stork makes Hatcher and his Western teammates pay for it with a 7-foot jumper on the right baseline. 62-57. Crowd is really up. Panthers were down by 9. They're down by just 5. 9:10 remaining in the basketball game. Ellis on the left foul line extended. Drives his way around the horn. Tries a shot. Blocked by Pianowski. Recovered by McCormick. Back out on the left backcourt for Jones. 8:57 to go in the game. Top of the key, Wilson. Left foul line extended, Jones. Left corner, Carver. Back out to Jones on the left side of the circle. Dribbles his way outside and runs into Dave Carley. At least that's the way it appeared, but the foul will be called on Carley because he was apparently moving with Bobby Jones of Western.
I think this is the point in the game that maybe Brett Carmichael could come back with about 8 minutes left. He's got 2 fouls left. With 3 fouls, he can really come in and play hard and do some things for him. They need some help out there on defense.
Pass is almost intercepted by Northern Iowa. Control, however, on the fumble by Jones, and he starts his drive down the lane, stops and lays it off for Hatcher. Other side, Western Kentucky goes with Ellis back between the circles for Wilson. Wilson leaves off for Jones between the circles with 8:28 left to go in the basketball game. Right sideline to Ellis underneath. Hatcher, who was left alone, elbowed a Northern Iowa defender out of the way. Like for Northern Iowa, since Hatcher would have had 2 points right there.
Well, that's a big turnover now because now they can get it down to 3 points, and it's a whole new ball game now.
1-3-1. Long defensive play by Western Kentucky. Jim Berry at the center line calling play number 1 for his young team. Down by 5 points. Pianowski on the right corner. Low post to short. Turnaround jumper. Won't fall. Herb King tries to tap up, and a whistle blows, and a foul will be called against Dildy of Western Kentucky. Correction, the foul will be called on Ellis instead of Dildy. Dildy was fronting Herb King, and apparently it was Ellis who was behind Herb King, so the foul called on Ellis instead. His 4th. Team foul number 6 on Western Kentucky, and 2 team fouls on Northern Iowa. So it looks as if the Panthers will be going into the bonus first of all. They went into the bonus to start the first half. They have the ball right now. They're looking for the pass inside. Meade on the left wing. Top of the key, it's Carlin. Back on the left wing for Lonnie Meade. Ball is tapped out of bounds by Dildy, and the ball will be kept by Northern Iowa.
If that was foul number 4 on Kevin Ellis, that could be really important here going down the stretch because he's been the man that's really hurt UNI from the outside.
Panthers with the ball. They're still down by 5 points. 7.5 minutes left to go from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Right wing, Pianowski 14 feet away. Won't fall. Meade tries to tap in. He can't get it to fall either, and the rebound goes to Western Kentucky. Jones gives it up to Dildy on the right foul line. Back to Jones, and he takes his place between the circles. Starts his drive on left wing. Reverses it to McCormick. His turnaround jumper is good on the low post, making it 64-57. And for McCormick, he's coming alive with 18 points. A 7-point deficit for the Panthers. We have 7 minutes exactly left to go in the ball game. Meade on the right high post. Goes right corner to Pianowski. Back out on the same wing to Carley. They reverse it to Meade. Meade dribbling, holds off, waits for Carley. He guns and has it down. 64-59. And the Panthers are to within 5 points once again. 6:41 remaining in the basketball game. Bobby Jones going one-on-one against Dave Carley. Left high post for McCormick. Back out on top to Jones. Right foul line extended for Carver. Right foul line extended for Wilson. Back out to Jones. He'll drive the lane, put the shot up, no good. Ball bounces around several times, and an elbowing foul will be called on Western Kentucky. Foul will be called against McCormick, the leading scorer thus far for Western Kentucky. And on McCormick, that will be foul number 3, and the Panthers are into the bonus. We have a timeout called by Western Kentucky. 6:17 left to go in the ball game. Our score is Western Kentucky 64 and UNI 57. Okay, all you armchair jocks, don't drop the ball. Remember all those folks who promised to call? Well, if you dial direct this weekend, you can do it when long-distance rates are at their lowest. You'd really be surprised at how long you can talk for under $4, and here's what I mean by that. You can spend 20 minutes with your best friend in Orlando for under $4. Or perhaps 20 minutes with your lonely cousin in Tucson, or 20 minutes with your old fishing buddy in Little Rock, or your old high school volleyball coach in Cedar Rapids, or perhaps your oldest daughter in Buffalo, or maybe 20 minutes with your old football coach in Abilene, or your goofy brother in Hibbing, Minnesota. You can make each of these calls for under $4. It's a short hop from your armchair to wherever you want to go if you dial direct from 4 or 5 p.m. on Sunday. Spend 20 minutes with some of the special people in your life almost anywhere in the continental USA for under $4. Northwestern Bell Long Distance. Even if you can't get there, you can still be there. Our sponsors for Northern Iowa and Iowa basketball on WHO Sports Radio are Northwestern Bell, the Peaster Stations, AGI, and American Federal Savings and Loan. Van, let's go ahead and review the scoring.
Right now for Western Kentucky, Greg McCormick has come alive in the second half. He scored 12 points and now has 18 for the game. Tony Wilson has 14. Bob Jones has 8. Kenny Ellis has 20 and is their leading scorer, but he also has 4 fouls, and going down the stretch, they could lose him, and that would be very important. Kenny Hatcher has 2 and Gary Carver 1. Ray Stork leads Northern Iowa with 22. Mike Pianowski has 7, Herbert King 3, Jay Black 7, Brett Carmichael 2, Dave Carley has 10, Monty Meade 6.
And it was Stork missing the free throw. Could have drawn the Panthers to within 4 points. Dildy cutting down the left baseline, fumbled the ball out of bounds, belongs to the Panthers. 64-59. Panthers trailing by 5. 6 minutes to go in the ball game from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. This is Northern Iowa Panther basketball on WHO Des Moines. Stork taking the ball on the low post, looses it out of bounds off his finger. Western Kentucky, they could jack their lead up to 7 points right here. Bobby Jones calling the play. Crosses the line now against Dave Carley. Dribbles the ball between his legs. It's a one-on-one between the circles. Bounces it off for Wilson. Back to Jones on the pick at the high post right side. To Wilson down low. Back out to Jones. He shoots. No good. Rebound, Dave Carley. Has Meade out in front. Carley will keep it, drive the lane, put it up, and he hits the front of the rim with the shot. Rebound controlled momentarily by Pianowski of the Panthers. He loses it, and Western Kentucky has the ball once again. Panthers still down by 5 points. 5:27 remaining in our basketball game. So the Panthers aren't really intimidated on the inside. They just get the basketball, and they do not operate the quick transition game well, Van. They just have to be content to set it up and slowly dig their way back.
And I think that Jim Berry may have to call a timeout and get them into that kind of game. They're going to have to make every bit of everything they get, they're going to have to take advantage of. And the last 3 times down, they haven't come up with points.
And a Northern Iowa Panther foul. It's called on Herb King of Northern Iowa. On Herb, it'll be number 4. And boy, that's trouble because King has swatted some shots down, as we remember in the first half that brought the crowd to its feet. King remains in the basketball game, and it's 3 team fouls on the Panthers. Panthers, however, are in the bonus. Western Kentucky with the basketball. Left corner Wilson. On the same wing to Carver. Inside McCormick. Hook shot no good. And goaltending called on Herb King. McCormick now with 20. 66-59. Panthers down by 7 points. We're under the 5-minute mark to go in the game. 4:56 to go in it exactly. And we have the buzzer blowing in the background, as you can hear. I guess that's just a clarification for the score to make sure that no technical was called. It was not called. Play resumes. Panthers down by 7 points. And King was called for goaltending on the last time down the floor for Western Kentucky. King with the ball for the Panthers on left wing right now. His team down by 7 points. 4.5 minutes to go in the basketball game. Back out to Pianowski on the high post. Between the circles, flips it back for Dave Carley. Drives the lane. Left wing it goes to Herb King, and he's slapped on the right wrist by Western Kentucky's Kevin Dildy. On Dildy, that'll be number 3, and the Panthers are in the bonus, so they go to the line in the form of Herb King of Waterloo. And from the line right now, Herb King is only shooting 43%. Well, I guess that was a foul that Western could afford to give up.
Let's hope that works in reverse psychology this time, Mike.
The world is absurd. He missed. I guess it did not work. Anyway, Panthers have the rebound. Don't blame me, blame whoever. I just announced the statistics on something like that, and Short greens it in the low post on the near side as the Panthers working around the horn. We're back to serious basketball. Panthers down by 5, approaching the 4-minute mark to go in the basketball game. Bobby Jones working against Dave Carley. Carmichael has not been in for some time. I would think that Jim Berry would be ready to bring him back in. We'll comment on that a little bit later if there's time. Bobby Jones working the ball on right wing to Ellis, and traveling violation on Ellis of Western Kentucky. And so the Panthers now take the basketball. 3:44 left to go in the game, and Northern Iowa takes the timeout. Our score is Northern Iowa 61, and the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers 5 better at 66. Now this for Peaster.
If you've ever tried to write a check at a gas station, you know what a trying experience it can be. They look at you as if you were an escaped convict, demand all kinds of ID, and then pick up the phone and, in hushed tones, talk with someone about you. For all you know, they're talking with one of your neighbors, probably the one who doesn't like you very much. Well, there's none of that at Peaster, especially when you flash your Peaster Benefit of the Doubt card. With the Benefit of the Doubt card, you can cash a check for up to the full amount of your purchase. Nope. Stop today at any Peaster station and apply for your Benefit of the Doubt card. It's to your benefit, no doubt about it. Peaster, it's a gas.
Pump your own.
Peaster, it's fast.
Pump your own.
Peaster, it's gas.
Pump.
And we're back at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Mike Lee along with Van Coleman, playing right now by 5 points with 3:44 left.
That's right, Mike. And they're in a position right now. They're 5 points down. They have the basketball. They can get it down to 3 here. I think they're going to have to put on more full court pressure, make Western Kentucky work for everything they get, and be patient on the other end and get the good shot. I'm very surprised that Jim Berry did not put Brett Carmichael back in the game. We'll have to talk to him about that situation when we talk to him in the post-game show.
Carley, the point guard, goes left wing to Pianowski as the Panthers try to cut the lead to 3 points. From the top of the key, Carley shoots. It's no good. Ball caroms out on the left side, and it's retrieved by Bobby Jones of Western Kentucky. 3:25 remaining in the basketball game. Here's a nice plum to put into the peach bucket for Western Kentucky if they can get the shot to fall here. The left corner, Wilson with the basketball. Left backcourt, Dildy, and the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers go into a semi-spread offense. Between the circles, Jones goes right foul line now for Ellis. Back to Jones on the right hash mark. He's dribbling the ball. Goes on that same sideline to Ellis. McCormick inside. Back out to Ellis. They flip it. And between the circles, Jones takes the ball on the pitch out. Tries to drive down the lane. Stops 10 feet away. Circles back out. And goes on the left corner for Wilson. Back outside between the circles for Bobby Jones. And we can see what's going on here, Van. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers hoping the Panthers come out and foul them.
Yes, and Coach Berry just put Greg Carmichael up to the scores table. He's very effective against this type of offense where they basically aren't looking for the shot, but they're trying to run time off with his ball stealing skills to go out and get that ball.
Carmichael into the game. Dave Block also into the game. There was a foul called on Dave Carley, his fourth, team foul number 4 on the Panthers. Inbounding the ball, Dildy for Western Kentucky. Panthers, fortunately, if they have to foul late, have not put Western Kentucky into the 1-and-1. Left wing, Wilson breaking down, and the pass batted out of bounds by Jay Block. So Jay Block making an immediate contribution as he hops off the bench. Stopping that cross-court pass for the easy two-pointer. Western Kentucky still has the basketball, 2:27 to go. They're leading by 5 points. Dildy inbounds, gets it to Jones on the left backcourt. Panthers bring out Lonnie Mead to challenge Jones. On the left hash mark, Dildy. Back between the circles for Jones. And it looks like the Iowa-Minnesota overtime this afternoon in which Iowa tried to stall for the good shot. Dildy on the outside. Between the circles, it's Jones. Right foul line extended now on the hash mark to Ellis. Back out near the center circle for Jones. Right hash mark. It is Ellis giving it up on the corner for McCormick. Inside, Jones leaves it off for Wilson, and he dumps it home. UNI overcommitted on the outside, and it's 2 points for Western Kentucky.
UNI were traveling on that very, very badly. They were up. Wilson looked like he shuffled a little bit before he went in the air, Mike.
High post left side, Jay Block to Pianowski. From 10 feet on the left baseline. Panthers trailing by 5 again at 68-63. 1:30 remaining in the basketball game. Lonnie Mead fouls Dildy of Western Kentucky immediately as Dildy was trying to dribble his way up the court. We have another timeout called by UNI. Our score right now is Western Kentucky 68, UNI 63. 1:31 left to go in our basketball game from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, and we'll take this timeout with AGI.
We're gonna win you over. AGI.
We'd like you to meet someone, the independent retailer in your community who displays the red and white emblem of Associated Grocers of Iowa. Your AGI food store owner is a friend and neighbor, a businessman whose livelihood depends completely on customer satisfaction. He knows you demand quality. That's why wherever you see the AGI emblem on the door, you'll also find Surefine label products on the shelf. Surefine, manufactured and processed under the most rigid specifications in the food industry. Quality control from the field to the grocer's shelf. Checked and double-checked in the laboratory and on your table. Surefine, quality control for goodness sake. Available throughout Iowa at the sign of AGI.
We're your independent grocer, AGI. We're gonna win. AGI.
Back at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Mike Lee along with Van Coleman. Panthers trailing by 5. Van, what do the Panthers have to do to claw to within perhaps a tie or take the lead?
Well, basically right now they've got 5 team fouls. They can give up 2 fouls very quickly here, so they can really be over-aggressive on the inbound. Once they get into that situation where they have 7 fouls, they basically got to go after the right man, the guy who can't put the ball down. I think that's probably the worst free throw shooter out there on the floor right now for Western Kentucky is McCormick. The other players shoot very, very well. So they're going to have to go after it. When the ball gets to him, they're going to have to get that foul quickly.
Right now, it is Bobby Jones with the basketball. Brent Carmichael fouls Jones immediately as he dashes down the right side on the sideline. Stepping perhaps to the line, Jones. Nope, it's still a common foul. And if Jones had gone to the line, it would have been a 72% shooter up there. They want to try to put Ellis at the line. He's shooting only 46%. He's in the ball game right now. Western Kentucky with the basketball. A pass is intercepted by Lonnie Meade. He'll drive down, lay it up, and in. Brent Carmichael almost steals the ball. It's saved, but back into goes to McCormick. Oh, Lonnie Meade bringing the crowd alive right there. Panthers trailing by 3 points, 68-65. Bobby Jones drives down, draws the foul from Lonnie Meade, trailing on the play. Lonnie Meade trying for a tap away from behind, gets caught on the foul. And that now puts Western Kentucky into the bonus, and we have already looked up the free throw percentage for Jones at 72%.
These are going to be big ones right here. This is where the game will be won or lost in this last minute and 5 seconds with Western Kentucky at the free throw line.
The crowd hooting and hollering. It's a partisan Panther crowd at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. But that doesn't faze Jones. He strips it, makes it 69-65. 1:05 is the time remaining in our basketball game. And Jones will have one more since it's the one in bonus. McCormick standing at the center circle for Western Kentucky, the big 6'10" boy for the Hilltoppers, making sure no garbage gets down court quickly for the Panthers. Second shot, no good. Pianowski the rebound for Northern Iowa. Goes on the left side and releases it to Carmichael. Carmichael on the left hash mark. Cross-court pass for Lonnie Meade. Inside high post for Jay Block. Down low for Ray Stork. Ball is out of his fingers. Rebounded quickly by Western Kentucky. Jones drives it down court, circles back outside. He'll hold up and then gallop outside and wait for the Panthers to come after him. Looks like he charged into Brent Carmichael, and underneath it goes to McCormick. But a foul will be called on Mike Pianowski or Jay Block. First of all, Brent McCormick was simply smashed to the floor, and looked like by Bobby Jones. The play continued, and they went inside with McCormick, and the foul was called on Pianowski trying to stop the stuff by McCormick. On Pianowski, that will be foul number 3, and the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers are in the bonus. McCormick shooting 75%. Shot is up and in. Western Kentucky doesn't miss any. As a team, they are shooting 65% from the line, but in the past 2 times now, first with Jones and now with McCormick, they have put better than 70% free throw shooters up to the line. 70-65, Panthers down by 5, down by 6 points. 71-65, 36 seconds remaining. Dashing up the court, Carmichael, the point guard for UNI. Stops on the baseline, tries a 15-foot shot. It's no good. UNI getting beat on the transition game as Wilson jams it home on the drop pass from Bobby Jones. That'll be the ball game, 73-65. The Panthers have shown up quite well, though. In the lane, Meade trying a pass. It's intercepted by Dildy. Goes right side to Jones. On the wing, he's fouled by Brent Carmichael. Play is stopped with 11 seconds remaining, and the game is over, practically.
Well, you know, the UNI Panthers don't have to feel bad, though, Mike. They've played a ball club that's going to be in the NCAA, the Champions Valley Conference, and this ball game's been a lot closer than the score is right now. Basically, it's been about a 2 to 6 point ball game most of the way, and UNI's played very, very well. I don't think anybody has to feel bad about it.
Neither team has had a lead larger than 9 points. Western Kentucky had a 9-point lead at 58-49 with 12:51 remaining in the basketball game. Here comes the shot from Jones. He has a 1-and-1 here. It's an 8-point lead for the Hilltoppers right now. It's up and it's in. 74-65 is our score. That equals the largest lead for Western. McCormick and a couple other players, Wilson, as well as Ellis and Dildy, are all back there right now for Western Kentucky, making sure that Northern Iowa doesn't get anything at all. It's 75-65. Talk about insurance. They've got quadruple protection. Dave Carley in the lane goes right wing to Pianowski off the glass, good, and it's 75-67. 4 seconds left to go in the basketball game. We'll come back after this for American Federal.
Now, practically everybody's eligible to open an individual retirement account. And there's no better place to open your IRA than American Federal. Not only will you keep more at tax time, but consider this. There's no commission or annual management fee. You can also qualify for free 5.25% checking. Plus, you'll start receiving Dollar Cents Magazine absolutely free. And best of all, you'll be dealing with the people who've handled more IRAs than any other savings and loan or bank in Iowa. There must be a reason. American Federal.
And we're back at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. The dome starting to empty right now as the Panthers will drop to 12-13 on the year, their 4th consecutive loss. But you've got to keep in mind that 3 of those losses probably could be considered legitimate. 2 of them on the road, 1 here tonight against Western Kentucky, an NCAA tournament-bound team in all probability. The loss that probably shouldn't be on their record is North Carolina-Wilmington. And the Panthers lost to that team last night. Play is back in. Bildy inbounds to Jones. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Jones still has it. Guns from 30 feet, and it's off the glass on the right side. The game has ended. The Panthers falling by a score of 75-67. Brave effort put up by the Panthers. They just didn't have enough gasoline down the stretch. Well, North